Hello my succulent friends, it's Suze and it's morning. Look at my boy Bo enjoying some sunshine. He's getting a little bit old, so he's quite mellow. Unlike this young fella here, we call him Baby Dog because he still loves his toys and he's a bit crazy. So I took down my shea cloth. I used to have some shea cloth right in front of this section. And today, tomorrow, well actually the whole week, it's going to be quite mild and a few overcast days. So I thought maybe we're heading into that season where we're going to transition. And so I thought I'll take it down. I have to be mindful that they need to acclimatise to a bit more sunshine. I don't want to overwhelm them with just changing their conditions very quickly. It's something worth noting when you buy new plants. Most of them are grown by suppliers who grow in shade houses, and if you live in a very sunny climate and you put them straight out into the sunshine, you could really shock them. Anyway, I pulled up a few pots to work on that I want to have a look at, and eventually I want to have a look at this pot. It's on the priority list, but it's not on the top of the list. So it's kind of like a boat shaped pot. You probably can't see it that well like this, but it's an arrangement that's overgrown and it just needs a good sprucing up. It's definitely looked a lot better. I'm wondering if I could pull it out. I'd rather not. So that needs some attention. But my full sun pots here, also I took the shea cloth down. I left it back there in case I need to whip it over in the afternoon, because the afternoon sun might still have a bit of sting to it, if you know what I mean. But I really should have a look at this pot before something seriously bad might happen, aka some mealy damage, because I know mealies like afterglows, they like some grabs, they like it all in there, I think. Yeah, so that's a heavy one, and I've really got to rearrange, well, just drag out other pots so I can drag it out. And it's tall too, so I'm a little bit concerned when I put on the table with my overhead camera I might not be able to catch it all, but that might happen soon. We'll see. There's another pot in here as well. I promised that purple, Japanese purple it's called, it's an Echeveria there. I made a joke on Instagram that it asked me for a new pot and I said yes, but I haven't done it yet. But that's another pot that's super full, which is great. I love that look. But these Echeverias here, I'll insert the name, they're a hybrid of elegances. Every couple of months I've got another pot too. Where is it? It's over there. Every couple of months I pull them out and I remove a lot of offsets and I just start again, and I sell the ones that I've taken out. There's my my graptos, my pendendrums. That pot is all squished up in there as well. So lots of work to do. It's never ending. Though I'm fortunate I have the time, so let's work on something. Alright, back at my workstation, I wanted to show you this pot first of all. It's a real sweet little arrangement. And I have the tags, so let's have a look. Okay. Sorry. Right, this one's upside down. I use my tweezers for everything, don't I? rather than my fingers. Alright, Echeveria Spring Jade. That is this one. And I was so excited when I got it. And it already had pups when I got it, so it's really filled out a lot. Had a little damage here, so I trimmed the top, and we've got a new little bub there. And this back one, it's a little bit leggy, but it's ornamental to me because it's a nice stem. It's not an ugly stem. So I could probably do a chop, but I don't think I really need to. I'll just let it be. Maybe soon we could get something out, but I don't want to disturb it. There's a nice rock stone under there, so it's kind of lost in there now. Alright, next one. Avocado cream Echeveria, which is this one. And this is why I'm looking at this pot, because these leaves are dehydrated. They're a little bit wrinkly, so maybe this arrangement's getting a little bit crowded. Doesn't mean I'm going to disassemble it. I'm just going to try and do a little water therapy, which basically my water therapy is I get a tray of water and I put it in there and try and get the water to absorb up through the pot, but I also give it overhead water as well because my trays are not deep enough. I'm getting a bit technical. I won't ramble on about that too much. I might show you it one day. But the light in here is not good. It's not good at all. It's very dark under this pergola. I don't know if I can move it into some light. Not really. Yeah, so I'm a bit concerned it's a bit dark to see clearly. Sorry about that. Right, anyway, I spotted a mealie web in here this morning, so that was not fun because I really love this avocado cream. And what did I do? I got my brush and I just went like that and it grabbed it and pulled it out, but I am concerned now. So I know I talk about granular systemic a lot, and I really discourage, well, I don't discourage you, I just tell you I don't like sprays, but I did try to keep it simple, simplify it, but I do use a spray from time to time, very sparingly. So it is this, it's Confideur, yes. It is a systemic as well, and that's the nasties it gets rid of. So I will only spray directly inside there if I've got nothing to lose. In other words, if the damage is really terrible and spraying it's not going to make it worse. Incidentally, it's very weird. When I do that, I notice sometimes it bleaches out the leaves and they start to look variegated. But I know they're not. I know it's the spray that's doing it. At least it's not putting black ugly marks on it, but I still don't do that unless, like I said, I have no other option and it's not going to make it any worse because it's already crap. So what I did was I went in here and I sprayed low so it catches the stem, but mainly I wanted to get into the root system. I did do some systemics on all my little pots, but it was at the start of summer and we are at the end of summer, so maybe it's lost its effectiveness. Or strange thing with the granulars, I always wonder, because the way it works is if the bug tries to eat the sap, because the plant's protected because it absorbs through the roots, then they can still get on there, but I guess they have a nibble and, you know, they die, but still means there could be a web there. So maybe that's how it works. I don't know. I haven't figured that out. I really don't. But anyway, so with this spray, I also got my tweezers and lifted up these leaves and directed the spray in there. So I don't know how good that's going to work. I couldn't spot any other mealies, so I'm not panicking. But I will give this some extra water to try and get this happier. You know, there's another thing you can do, a lot like water propagation. If you want to, you could pull this out, rinse off all the dirt off the roots, and leave it in a cup of water, and the roots will absorb the water, and you'll hydrate it that way. But you have to disturb an arrangement if you want to do it that way, or take it out of its pot. So it's, for me, I just want to just give it some extra water. That's my logic. That's what I'm sticking with. All right, hang on. Oh, I forgot to tell you the name of the front one. Minima. I'm not going to say that last name, but that's what that is. It's very sweet. And when I bought it too, I bought it with several heads, so it's not like they grew that. Look, see that? Sorry, little guy. He dead. Which means to me the systemic is working. Oh, that's really why I don't enjoy using them. But I have so many. I mean, I don't enjoy using systemics because it affects other critters. You know, and it's toxic. So there's a trade-off, isn't there? Not one that sits that comfortably with me, to be very honest, but I have so much I have to use a systemic. Alright, enough of that about that. Enough about mealies. But this is a pretty little arrangement, isn't it? So behind me I have two Echeverias that have offsets, and Sharon was asking about techniques on removing offsets. I didn't really have the intention of taking these off, but I might have a look at it and just we'll have a chat about it. So let me pull one of these up onto the Lazy Susan. Hold on. So what do you think? It's quite pretty, isn't it? It's a nice sort of blue Echeveria type. It has an imbricata feel to it, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's in its parentage somewhere, because it does like to offset. Now its name. Let's have a look at its tag. You may even recognize this tag. It's the same tag for the Echeveria Rainbow / Toffee Apple video I did. There's a park very close to me and they sound like they're doing the maintenance there. I just couldn't wait for the noise to be over, so you have to bear with that. You know, this is true suburban living here. So Echeveria cultivar True Blue, I have not had much success, very limited, actually none I think, trying to find that online. But Sharon was able to, I'm sure it was Sharon, remind me to go to the website, what's it called, Echeverias in Oz, and we were able to figure out that the toffee apple and dash rainbow is the correct name. I don't understand the naming system, it's too horticultural for me, these species and all that stuff, how it works, but that's what it says, okay? So the nursery calls it a True Blue. Alright, let's move on from names and have a look at the action. Under her skirt, I always call them females, refer to them as females when they give babies, and I call this their skirt. Don't know if that's acceptable in the PC world, but hey, I won't. Oh, don't go there, Susan. Don't go there. Okay, that is a really nice little offset there. It's got a nice shape to it. I think Sharon mentioned something about them just being distorted and not a good shape. That happens when they get stuck under there. But it corrects itself as it grows. You just have to be patient on that. So what's my logic here? Well, yeah, we could remove something. We could remove this one, which will help the whole sort of system. The mother, she can give her energy to these ones rather than that one. And this one behind it will probably grow forward and grow into a nice shape. So how do we take it off? Yeah, most of the time you can snap them off, but in this situation, because it's all kind of compact in there, I think the best way is just to get some, locate the stem, get some scissors and just snip. If you can see air roots and you can grab a few of those, that's helpful. And I think air roots are also an indication that it's a good time to take it. Now, you don't have to take these pups. I don't mind that look where you've got a big head and lots of offsets going around the perimeter. I think that looks really, really great, actually. And but you know, if you want to propagate, or you just, yeah, if you want to propagate, or you prefer that single head look, sometimes it's just more striking, just one beautiful single head. Alright, how are we going to do this? How am I going to free up my hands? I guess we've got to do the overhead camera. Yes, I'm thinking. Well, I'm such a silly girl. I forgot that my tripod came in. And so this is my first time trying it. I don't really know if I got the right angle. And I have to step back and look through the camera to just check that I'm capturing what I need to capture. Alright, let's give this a whirl. So, if we look inside, get some of this dry stuff out of the way. You can see some roots and it's attached there. And it seems like it's actually rooting into the soil. So it's established in itself. That's what it looks like. Can't be too sure. So I'm just sort of going to grab the bottom leaves and just pull them out of the way. Oops, I tapped the frame. Everyone's doing gardening today. Wow. I mean, like with power tools in the hood. So I could just snip real quickly right there. I can see the stem, but I can see some roots. So I'm trying to get below that. Oh, look, hang on. I'm just wiggling it. I'm not even cutting it. I think we'll go to tweezers because I'm putting pressure on it with this finger. I'm pulling it a little bit. This is so awkward. I've never done this like this on a camera. No, it doesn't want to go. Okay, so we're snapping, it's not working. So we're going to cut. There we go. That's pretty good. Look, I got the roots. Da, 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 da. Let's get rid of this stuff. This is a little bit awkward doing this. I'm looking through the actual camera screen more so than actually looking at it. So there it is. That is ready to rock and roll. Alright, so now evaluate. So I pull out some of this dry stuff so we can see it better. Now, well, I don't want to take this one. Let that work with the mother plant and get a bit bigger. Same with the one behind it. This one's getting a little deformed under there, both of them are, but it'll be okay. I'm going to leave them. I'd rather them stay with the mum for now. While we're at it, let's just get rid of some of this stuff. Have a look for mealies. Looks good. Oh, I've got some more stuff growing under there. Very young, very mature. So we'll leave it. And that one too, that one's looking a little bit weird. Now you can take it off if you want and let it sort itself out. I just think you've got a better chance of it doing it better when it's still working with its mummy. You know what I mean? Right, that will do with that one. Let's have a look at the next one. The next one's really pretty. Oh, what am I going to do with this? I don't know. I don't really have space. I'm really seriously very space poor. I'm wondering if I could just tuck it there for now, because I really didn't want to cut it off. I only was doing it to demonstrate it, which is no big deal at all, because this will start, once it's established, then eventually that will start doing offset, so it's good. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I'm always finding my own personal hair wrapped up in the succulents. Alright, let's change over pots. Hold on. Okay, isn't she beautiful? Her motto is, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. You sure are, sweetheart. This is an Echeveria cloudburst. It has a little bit of an interesting backstory. Let's get out this tied flower bloom. I had planted it in my front garden, and things sort of grew very close around it, and it was on the edge of the bed that was harder for me to go and hang out on that side. So basically it got lost in there, and I think I picked it up at Bunnings and didn't really give it much thought as to what it is and how pretty it is really. I just wanted to fill up the garden bed. And one day I walked by and I noticed how well it was doing it, and it was hidden in there, and I decided to rescue it back out because it deserves more attention than that, and I saw it was offsetting, so I gave it its own pot. It's flowering, so as you know I use systemics, so I'm going to cut that off. Besides, flowers attract mealies, don't they? And flowers are a signal, as well as pups, that it is actively, well, new pups, it is actively growing, and so therefore I don't want it to grow flowers. I want it to put its energy into her babies under her skirt. Now this leaf is a bit yuck. I'm being cautious with the way I handle it because I don't want to disturb Farina too much. So that's yuck. It's not perfect, it has a few blemishes in the Farina. That's alright. So how many have we got? We've got one there. That's a little bit of a weird shape. Go this way. One there. One nice one there. Hang on. Oops. Bumped the camera frame. So what is this? Yeah, okay, that's nothing to worry about. So 1, 2, that's probably the biggest, best one. 3, let's get rid of this leaf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. There's a leaf propagation happening. 5, and some scraggly little things going on there. So 5 good heads, and maybe some more. Should I remove that? Nope. What I'm going to do is trim it. Hold on a moment while I think about the trim. There, you can't see it now, and I haven't disturbed pulling it off the stem. What little castaway have we got going on here? What is this? Yeah, something's right. Okay. On when I took it out of my front garden, I obviously took some photos of it, and I did a post on Instagram. One of my friends there, Tracy's favourite things, she was saying she was looking for a pup, and I forgot what state she's in. Not my state, maybe New South Wales. Oh, by the way, she has beautiful plants, absolutely beautiful plants, and a top chick, definitely a top chick. So yeah, we made an agreement that we'd do a trade, and I said to her, wait till the babies get big enough. And well, I don't know if I want to take one off yet, to be completely honest. I know I do a lot of cutting and removing and manipulating plants. It's kind of my thing. But I don't know if I want to. I really don't. Because I like this look. I really do. Yeah, just having a look in there if there's any little tiny mealy. No, it's alright. Alright, sorry, I'm contemplating. I'm looking behind it. It has a nice thick stem attached to the base, and I think the beginnings of some roots. I think the mailman's here. My dogs are having a little freak out. They're running up to the lounge room window to spy on whoever's out there. There we go, there's the barking. Well, that might be my delivery. I'll be back. False alarm. Wasn't my delivery. So I've put those pots back. Far out, everyone is doing some hardcore mowing and stuff today. Okay, the noise seems to have stopped. I'm standing on this side. No, it's back. We're just going to persevere. I'm standing on this side because the sun's now shining and I'm casting shadows in the wrong direction. So remember I said I took the shade cloth off? So these in the front row, the shade cloth was pretty much hanging in front of them. See the this is what I use to hold the shade cloth out. And anyway, the point is I couldn't see these pots from this direction, and unfortunately this one here, I'm not even sure of the name. I suspected it was happening, so no major shocks really. These were flower blooms, so right there. I trimmed them off this morning because after I took the shade cloth off, I had a good look, and the flower, I should have got rid of these flowers a long time ago. I was really holding on to them for propagation, but I'm going to show you. They're full of mealies. Can't see it very good. This one might be able to see. So let me try and hold it a bit more steady. There we go. There's webs everywhere. So I'm not even going to try and salvage any of that. That is rubbish now. Go straight in the outside bin. And inside there's lots of mealies in there. So this is a bad situation. What I'm going to do is cut out that center point. I'll do that later. It's already screwed anyway. So what's a little bit more damage? No, I've got to get on top of that quickly. I guess it's the best day to do mowing and blowing and all those noisy things. Don't they know I'm trying to do a YouTube channel? Oh, let's just keep going. This Echeveria here, I'll insert the name. Beautiful, deep wine coloured margins and pointy tips, all the things I love. I hate about it, mealies like it too. Offsets like a champ, and I took a lot of offsets off, and I'm going to show you those really soon. That's why I'm down here talking about stuff, because we're still on the topic of removing pups. So I took all its pups off because like I said, this is a mealy magnet, and I could see a little bit of mealies happening, and I also wanted to take them off so the whole plant can just focus on itself than all the babies. It just looked really scraggly too. So I'll show you those in a tick. Is there anything else here on discuss? No, not yet. Alright, back at my workstation. Do you know, I'm really just trying to keep it real. I don't like those YouTube videos that go, you know, welcome to my channel, please like and subscribe. Oh, it's so pedestrian, you know, you just hear it so much. It's great, I love the enthusiasm, but come on. Anyway, I'm just not that kind of gal. And I didn't intend on doing regular vlogs, it's just sort of happened that way, particularly because you guys have given me so much encouragement, and you seem to want to know what I get up to, so I'm showing you. I'm not an expert, always state that. I'm just one of you guys, and I want to show you when things are good and when things are bad. And anyway, enough of that. So these are the offsets that I took out. I just got one of my trusty old meat containers. I buy a lot of fresh meat for my dogs, and they come in these containers. So let's have a look at what we've got. Let's pull this out, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's mealies and stuff going on. Wow, that's a good root system. That's nice. But yeah, we can spot something going on in there. So first of all, just brush out what I can. You know, you can put your brush in some methylated spirits after you're done to, you know, eradicate any that might be in your brush. It's not so bad. Okay, it's not so great either. What I will use this spray, the Confideur, and I will spray a little bit in the center, because it would be a shame to lose this. But we can also pot it up and put some systemic in there. I don't mind too much spraying in the middle on these waxy ones, because there's no farina, so you know, that's not too bad. I know I'm kind of contradicting myself a little bit, but I didn't want to waffle on about all the different methods in other videos. I wanted to try and keep it simple, and the main technique, the main way I approach them. I'm looking through the camera lens with you guys, and look, actually maybe look at it. Yeah, not too bad. I think I can bring that back. Got good roots. So I'm also showing you this because these are funny looking, because they were squished up in there, and the whole plant just wasn't doing good. I don't like that leaf. Well, they're really Do you think they'd finished by now, all this blowing? I'm sure it's at the local park. Yeah. So that's going to need some spray too. I don't even know if these are going to make it because there are signs of mealies, but I haven't given up hope. Wow, I actually forgot about this tray. There's a shelf right next to me, an old bookshelf, and I've recycled it out here, and I just had it on in this tray on that shelf, and I can't keep an eye on everything. I really can't. This is, you get to a point where things get hard to manage. It's when you know your obsession is really, I don't know, out of control. I wouldn't be surprised if I've already sprayed this, because see how right there the leaf looks light? That's what I mean about the bleaching. Better than sun damage though. Okay, this might be the boring stuff for you guys, don't know. Let's just keep going, I guess. Ooh. Oh. That to me says just cut it out. Don't like the look of that. There you go. Just take that center point completely out. Pull a few more of these leaves off. Let's go, so they're going in the rubbish bin. See that leaf? Slightly distorted. It's another signal, mealies. Let's get rid of that. I'll do all the spraying at one time, okay? Let me just evaluate them all. That's just shine. That's not a white mealie. What am I doing? I'm just trying to make that inner part a bit more flush. Really hacking at it. Let's put some cinnamon on that straight away. Okay. So what can we talk about while I'm doing some mundane stuff? What are your favourite YouTube channels? For me, in the early days, it was Deborah Lee Baldwin. That's it, isn't it? She's like the queen of succulents. She has such a nice demeanour too. And then I like Laura Eubanks. There we go, that's a big one. Not a big one, but very prominent. What's her channel name? Design with Serenity? Is that it? Yeah, she does some really great landscape installments. She's a lot of fun too. That's why I like her. And I also like her because she has a very simple approach to everything. She does a lot of cutting and resetting. And she's the one who taught me that, gave me the confidence to just cut and throw. Don't worry too much. What else? And now we've just got scraggly bits. So another little head there. Clearly there's some in here, right? That we can't deny. And you may be the type who will throw anything straight into the rubbish so it doesn't contaminate everything. That's cool, that's cool. I, on the other hand, prefer the challenge and see what I can get out of it. Alright, then we kept some stems, so that's rooting, which is interesting, isn't it? What happens to it after that? Not sure. We'll see what it see what kind of will it has to survive, shall we? Same. Actually take them out because we're going to get rid of all that soil because there's probably mealies in there. Oh, that's kaput. Just call that rubbish. See, I'll just keep little bits of stuff and see what happens. I'm not 100% hopeful, but you know, sometimes it does happen. That's crap. And there's a few leaves. Oh, what is this? That's rubbish too. Actually, I'll put the rubbish in the tray. Okay. The thing about keeping leaves when you've got some mealies like young stuff, and there's a good chance that these have mealies growing where the babies should grow. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's alright. I don't have much luck with propagating these. I find they just throw a lot of roots off and you barely get a little baby. So I'm not even sure if I should keep these or not. It just seems like more rubbish. Actually, I'm not. I should put all of that in there. No, I don't want to. Okay, just picking up the rubbish. So this whole tray has got to go in the bin because there's probably been mealies in there. Right, throughout the soil, and this is some new soil, and you can see it's very sandy. I've put a lot of propagation sand in there. This tray, I had got my knife and punched a few holes in it so I can water it, and you know, it'll have drainage. Alright, so a lot of these have got roots now to suck up the systemic. I think that's the problem with cuttings. They will get mealies. You can't use this granular stuff because there's no roots to suck it up. And you could pot these up in separate trays, but like I've explained, I'm very space poor. Even with the shade house that is full to the brim, I really got to do a sale soon. Stop making videos and sell some stuff to make some space. Alright, and I put the cinnamon in, so bug deterrent. Now, so I just want to store them all back in here again. You really should be wearing gloves, you really should. So I'm just going to spray it a little bit in the center, trying hard not to get stuff on me. Just going to work it in there a bit. And I'm just going to bury it. And I could even go as far as spraying directly on the root, so it goes straight into its system. I mean, maybe we'll just do that rather than spraying on the top. We'll do a few that way, I don't know. I haven't got a lot of stock value in my brain with these. They're just something that I salvaged, and if they grow into nice new heads, then good. If they don't, oh well. I have been able, oh I forgot to spray it. I have been able to, in the past, get some really nice offsets from this particular Echeveria. A lot nicer than these ones, that's for sure. This spray is a systemic spray, just to be clear. You know, you can get systemics in a concentrate too, I think, and you can use it like a liquid form. I don't even like mixing up, doing one part this, one part that, with I don't know, fertilizers and stuff. I really go for the quickest, easiest method. That's and to me that feels a bit messy. Alright, so we're just putting these stemmy bits back in as well, and see if they produce anything interesting. And just a few of these leaves that won't too bad. Pop those in there as well, and then just water it in. Water it in, and let's see if we can get some of the stuff absorbed through. Alright, that's another one we'll keep an eye on. I think we'll call it a day now. I'll go and pull this together and edit it, and I might spend some time this afternoon fixing up my front yard. I know you guys are probably keen to have a look at that. I'm just too embarrassed at this stage. It needs my attention first before we even go anywhere. I can't. Alright, bye for now. Probably see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can find me as S's for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.